Well,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about the Mando.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm curious as to your take on this most recent episode.
What happened in it again?
This is
I watched it on Wednesday, so.
Yeah. This one has, of course, our 2 guest stars, Lizzo and Jack Black.
Oh, right. Yeah. So as they came into the room and they were talking to him, I'm like, is that Lizzo? Like, I don't know a single Lizzo song, but I know what she looks like. And I was like, it has to be Lizzo. I was like, oh, it's Jack Black too. And it's like, okay, cool, whatever. They're in Star Wars and they're real people or whatever. Yeah. But it's like an episode of The Simpsons now. It's like, Kid Rock! Kid Rock, I'm a big fan of you, Kid Rock. What are you doing in Springfield? It's getting to be that kind of thing now.
Yeah, but then it harkens back to when I was talking about the last episode. It's like, did Jack Black approach them and be like, hey, can I be in an episode?
No, I don't think so. I think they're just what's his name? Jon Favreau knows everybody.
Yep.
So he's writing this, producing it, whatever. So he'll be like, and he's like has comedy chops,
Yep.
Not as a stand-up comedian and everything, but he was on Friends and like he also was on he was on Seinfeld too as an episode. So I'm sure I don't know. I can't say for certain like Jon Favreau is a huge Lizzo fan and was like, let's get her on the show, but I'm sure someone was like, we need someone to be the queen or whatever. Like who do the kids like? I guess they like this Lizzo. Like, let's get her on the show. Can she act? Fuck, who cares?
Yeah, that's the key there.
Yeah.
Can she act? Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, she was fine.
Yeah, some of her line delivery, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, she was fine.
You read that directly off the cue card, and that was it.
But like, Jack Black is like a little too much for this kind of show. Like, he just chews up the scenery. Like, you're just like, oh yeah, it's Jack Black, and he's fucking doing his Jack Black shtick.
Yeah.
So, but again, this show, I'm just like, oh god, I can't remember exactly what was happening in this one, but I just was just like, oh, really?
They had to go talk to the people who were protecting the planet.
That was the other thing. It was like, oh, they got what's his name from fucking Back to the Future in it as well.
Yeah.
It's like, do we need to have a special guest star for every role? I guess we do. Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd. Yep. I was like Lloyd.
Yeah, I was like Christopher Lloyd. I'm just like, oh, he's here. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. And it's kind of like, I mean, obviously the shows are like, you got Andor very serious. Like if Christopher Lloyd did that in Andor, they would have had him executed.
Yeah.
In this, they're like, we're banishing you to the like other paradise planet or whatever. You gotta go live there. He's like, I'm sorry, I disappointed you, Queen. So
yeah, this was definitely the cameo.
The worst. Sorry, go ahead.
The cameo throwback comedy episode, because it was like, oh, destroyer droids. Oh, regular droids.
Yeah,
all the droids were there. It's like they're the droid
they got
bar.
So we'll talk about it later. The upcoming Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, here's the thing I was disappointed of.
Okay,
they didn't say Roger Roger.
Oh,
there's no Roger Roger for the battle droid.
Roger Roger.
Roger Roger.
No, what disappointed me was the end where they're like, you can't be the leader of us. You don't have the Darksaber. And Mando's like, well, technically, she beat the guy that took it from me. So, like, technically it's hers. And they're like, yeah, technically you're right. I just was like, oh, this fucking show, man. Get this trash out of my face, dude. So terrible. I fucking hated that.
Here's how I thought this was going to go down.
Okay. I'm sure it's better than what they did, so.
They roll up, they land, there's 2 Imperial droids standing there. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They go in. It's very Cloud City.
Okay, yeah.
It's very Cloud City.
Mm-hmm.
The doors open. I'm expecting what's his name?
I don't know who you're
the Sith. Not the Sith. The Imperial guy who got busted out.
Oh, Moff
Gideon.
Moff Gideon?
I'm expecting Moff Gideon to stand there
like
Darth Vader in episode 7
Oh yeah, that would have been cool as hell, but no.
or 6.
Yes.
That would have been cool as
Yeah,
hell.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
would have been like, oh, Gideon's here.
Yeah, but what's Gideon gonna do? He doesn't have a darksaber. He doesn't have any powers. They'd just be like, "Psh, you're dead. Shoot him.
Yeah, I don't know. It
Maybe he's secretly a Jedi or Sith or something.
could be. Maybe the
I don't know. They're gonna save Moff Gideon for like the movie.
maybe.
You know?
Is there a movie?
Well, we'll talk about these upcoming Star Wars things later, but
Yeah.
yes, there's gonna be a movie.
Oh.
But yeah, when they handed over the darksaber, I was like, this fucking show, man. Anyways, that was like the big disappointment for me.
I have a really easy time suspending my disbelief in this show.
Not me, dude. Not me, dude.
I know.
I mean, it's better than what I watched of Book of Boba Fett,
Yeah.
but barely. But barely. Just technically, she beat me because she beat the guy that took the darksaber. Wow, that's some really fancy writing you've done there, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's just compartmentalized, but then not compartmentalized. It's like every episode is a unique thing, but then they harken back to other episodes. It's just
like, couldn't they have a fight where like they could have fought each other and like she didn't kill him or whatever? I don't know, dude. They just make up everything as they go along in this fucking show.
Yeah.
It's like, no, here you go. You can have your jetpack. You finally earned it. But give them all to the fucking kids. It's cool. They can all have jetpacks.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's almost over.
One more?
Is it one more?
2 more?
I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure either. Maybe
But like,
I'm thinking of another show.
Like, the whole, like, what's the point of this series?
It's just spaghetti western fun. I don't know exactly where they're going.
Like, is this Seinfeld in space? Like, what the fuck is the point of this whole season?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess to retake Mandalore, but like, who fucking cares?
It's a pretty weak. Like when we were Grogu finding a trainer, that was cool. But now it's like retake Mandalore. I mean, there's nothing on Mandalore except for the people who were already on it to begin with.
Yeah.
Minus the Mandalorians.
Like the whole thing is Mandalorian wanted to become a Mandalorian again. He got his fucking bath. He's a Mandalorian. It's like, okay, sweet.
I was very invested in Bo-Katan becoming part of the Coven.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's like, oh, just take your helmet off and go reunite the Mandalorians.
Well,
I'm like, okay, now where are we going?
Is that not just to spin her off into her own show, basically?
Maybe. Are we talking about that later?
I don't think so,
okay. No. I haven't read any of the articles,
no,
so I don't,
no.
I don't particularly know where we're going later.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Well, this is like the J.J. Abrams style of writing. Just like write an episode or 2, and if you put some shit in it, we'll figure out how we fix it later. Why is there a polar bear on the island? It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out later.
He's polarish.
Yeah. Anyways, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll continue watching, but they're gonna really have to pull out the stops to be like, okay, all right, they've redeemed it.
Yeah.